Hi guys, Eri here with Narrative for Blender. In this one I want to show you something really cool. I will show you how to very quickly add materials to your object in Blender without using any UVs, and these materials are very adjustable and you can change parameters, whatever you want very easily. So we're gonna be using Keytops. Now Keytops is an add-on created by Chip Walters, and you can get the free version, but I would highly suggest getting the Pro version, because with Pro version you get access to smart inserts, okay? So if I go to Keytops here and I click on my library of items, you can see that I have access to inserts, but I have option here to go with a smart insert. Now this is not a video about smart inserts. I will make some on this one as well, because inserts alone in Keytops is an insane business, right? It's just beautiful. But what I want to talk about today is definitely EV Material System, also by Chip Walters, and it's a plugin for Keytops. So it's like a library of materials that you can plug into Keytops and you can use it with Keytops. In addition to all this, you can use it with Hardops. So if you go to Hardops and you go to Asset Loader, you can see that there is a Keytops plugin in Hardops, right? And you can also access these materials through your asset loader, and you can see that both of them going to update at the same time. So if I switch it in here, it's going to get switched in here, which is really cool, right? So now how will this thing work? Now this system, I've been using this system for some time, like over a year, and I had no idea how powerful it was until I actually spoke to Chip Walters yesterday, and we talked for like hours, and this guy's insane. I mean, I'm extremely grateful for his time, because the amount of knowledge I gained within these few hours is just like worth month of work, okay? Unbelievable. So my eyes are like exploded, okay, when I saw this, what kind of shit you can do with this thing. The way you add materials to your object is so easy, guys. You just simply select an object and you go to this material library and you just look up something cool. Like for example, let's go to this other materials and let's grab some grime, and let's select this one and simply add material. And Bob's your uncle, I mean, out of the gate you got a very beautiful material on your model. In addition to all this, automatically the scale is gonna be adjusted. You don't have to worry about it. You don't need any UVs, okay? It's box projected, so it's a triplanar projection, right? Now if you want to adjust this material, now that's where the fun starts, okay? Because that's where the true power of this add-on comes out. Yeah. Now if I'm going to split this window in two, right, and I'm gonna go to my shader editor, you can see that there is a node tree for all these for this material created, right? And it's really cool because it's with all these descriptions that tell you exactly which section is responsible for what. So for example, if I want to scale my texture, I could do it in here. I could just, let me show you, right? If I zoom really closely, you can see that, right? I can adjust my scale of my color. I can adjust scale of my roughness. I can adjust them all together or misalign them. I can do whatever I want. Then I can change color of it, right? So, I could change color or brightness in here, make it blue or whatever the hell I want. And you can turn it off or on, so you can actually make it completely black and white, right? So you can go with kind of like a it's a mix, like think about it as a mixed shader, okay? So you can kind of like pump a bit of some effect, okay, some wear and tear or something. Look at this. I mean, it's just crazy. 2 sliders, man. That shit is insane. So then you got curves already in here, so you can play with curves. You can make it a bit more punchy, right? Then in the bottom here you can play with roughness. You can turn things on and off as you please. So you can make it completely reflective, right? Or you can just make it a little bit reflective. You can play with contrast, right, on the reflection. So you can make parts of it reflective and parts of it not reflective. It's kind of like a worn surface or something, right? Then you got bumps. You can make them stronger. You can make them, look at this. You can make them less pronounced. So you could make them really deep, okay? And this distance cannot be 0 because it's gonna be, Hang on a second. Turn it on. There we go. And distance is a little bit too high. Let's make it a bit smaller. And strength is, this is crazy, guys. Let's not make it so strong. Something like this will do, right? But there you go. Now, in addition to all this, right? In addition to all this, there is. I didn't know this possible because, like I said, I've been using this system and I was trying to do it through decal machine. What I mean is that let's grab this piece and go to Loco, yeah, and I want to show you something. I didn't know that this works with decals, okay, but in fact it does. And what I mean is let me show you, right? So let me grab this decal here and drop it in the middle, okay? I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. I'm gonna project it, okay? This is one of my decals from my 45, I think, decal pack. Anyway, so if you look at this decal right on the edges, you will be able to see. Maybe this is not the best example because this one is really high res, but you can barely see this. But certain decals gonna have like a. Let me just grab like a 512 resolution decal, maybe from the original decal machine pack. This should work better, I think. So let's grab something like this, okay? They have a slightly more pronounced aliasing on the edges. So let's grab this one and see. Look at the edge of this decal, right? It's actually, you can see that rim that is very high, very rough on the edges, right? You can really see this, and it kind of stands out. Doesn't really blend well with this kind of bluish background. Now, I didn't know that you can blend it because I was trying to do it through the match function, right? So D and shift, and trying to match the edge. But even if you match the material to to this grime, you see grime 2, it doesn't really match very well, okay? So what you can do, right, is you can go in here to the decal node under object, and you select this material base color and simply pick it from the outside from this area, and now you can match it by color, okay? And once you match this to the color, you can make it darker, right? So you can match it manually to your environment. Now this is awesome because I really didn't think that you can do this, but there you go. See what I mean? And now it actually looks like it belongs in this area, right? And this one doesn't. This one still stands out a bit, right? Kind of looks fake. And this one blends much better, So with this option, it became extremely powerful. But there is more, okay? There's much more to this one, all right? Let me show you something really cool. So check this out. Let me go to the different node here, and I'm gonna grab a dirty node, okay? So let's grab this one and let's add it to the scene. So we're going to add insert, right? And we're gonna place it somewhere here, and we're gonna move it somewhere here, okay? And what we're gonna do with this one, we're going to grab the node tree from it, okay? So we're gonna go here. Let me just make it a bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. And we're gonna grab this one, this dirty up, okay? Control C to copy this, select this material, and now we're gonna drop this in here, right? So I'm gonna drop this in here. Watch what happens to this material when I do this, right? I'm gonna go to lock on, you're gonna see really well. So let me show you. Let me show you this. So I'm gonna grab this node, right? And I'm gonna drop it in here and watch. See this dirt coming from below? Now it looks like it's kind of like a oil stained, or like dirt stained from below. And you can adjust this thing, okay? You can adjust its color, its strength, how high it goes. It's incredible. Watch this. The amount of dirt, right? Then you can just adjust the scale of it, right? Then you can just adjust the height of it, so it can go really high or really low, right? With literally one slider. And of course you can change the color of it, right? Because you can go with a hue. So I think this is insane, okay? And with all these, with all this pack that you have, you can literally create any kind of model that you want, because it's not just sci-fi stuff, not just metals, right? There's a lot of metals here, okay? But there's also, for example, wood. So if you're working in like, if you need some kind of materials for like, interiors, you have glass, okay, different type of glass. You got concrete, okay, and then you got car paints, all right, which are pretty awesome too. There you go. See what I mean? Look at this shit. It's amazing. And then you got where was wood here? There you go. There's wood, all kinds of different wood. Let's add wood. There you go. And what else we have here? We have plastics as well, all kinds of plastics. So like I said, this is extremely powerful material library. So now in addition to all this, what you can do is you can exchange the materials that are existing in this library for something else, okay? Because you need to remember that these materials are based on one texture, right? So one texture dictates the color, roughness, and bump. So if you go here and press tab, okay, you can actually load your own texture, you see? So you delete this one and you load your own texture, and you simply tab back in and you're using your own texture. So this is like an infinite library of stuff, because you can create your own textures using that system. So you can, you know, go to free texture websites, get some textures, and use this system to create your own textures for your own workflows, okay? So think about how powerful this thing is, right? And these are like one-click textures, you know, or like one slider insanity in your Blender. This is just, it's too beautiful. That's what it is. Also, although it is called definitely EV materials, it works in cycles. So if I'm gonna go here to my let's go to cycles, and I don't know if I have any light in this scene, to be honest. I'm just gonna have to check. I do have something. Let's see that. There you go. We're in cycles now, yeah? So you can see it's working perfectly fine. So although it's called definitely EV materials, they do work in cycles, okay? So you can use it in either place, doesn't matter, okay? So anyway, guys, this is the way to texture your models extremely quickly if you want to create something for your portfolio, or you're not working for a client who requires UVs and you're working for, I don't know, concept design or something, and you need something done very quickly, or you're doing a preview work for a client, or you're just working on creating bits for your portfolio just for fun, or maybe for, you know, short videos or something, and you don't really want to bother with UVs. I mean, this is an exceptionally easy way to add materials to models that are complex, and for example, you know, have a lot of angons, bevels, you know, and UV unwrapping this would just take ages, right? And the effort is just not worth it. So this one is an absolute winner, yeah. It's an absolute winner. Amazing add-on. So let's just for fun add, you know, dirt to this one, and let's see what happens, yeah. So I'm gonna Control V this and just simply drop it in here, right? And Bob's your uncle. I got a dirty plastic. I mean, how cool is this? Now, if you want to get the definitely EV materials, go to Gumroad or Blender Market. I got links in the video description. They are affiliate links, so if you're gonna go through the links, you're gonna help me as well. And Keytops, you know, you can grab a free version just to have fun with it. But like I said, I really suggest you're going to get the Pro, because you'll definitely not going to regret it. Keytops is one of the add-ons that I've been using for over a year. And since like I started Blender last June, I've been using this all the time. And I was using mostly insets, which are also amazing. I can show you very quickly how it looks, right? So if I'm going to, for example, grab an inset like this one and just simply drop it on the model. Let's go outside from this local view. Let's grab this insert and make it small, and you know, just drop it in here, and there you go. And let's make it a bit smaller. Now we can add it in here, okay? So I'm going to hide this wireframe, and of course I need to adjust the do we have a bevel on this one? No, we don't. So let's actually sharpen this, and Bob's your uncle. And there's your insert in the mesh. You know, you can bevel this, add some weighted normals, and Bob's your uncle. So that's how easy it is, okay? And with smart inserts, when you're working with smart inserts, it's a little bit more fun, a bit more control, and you have more options. So yeah, like I said, if you want to work with inserts, I would highly recommend the Pro version. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Hope you enjoyed the vid. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.